Good morning and sliding into afternoon. It has already been a very fun and adventurous day. But anyway, that's what makes it all so exciting. And that's what makes this all so fun. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be sure to show you my hands in a minute. But I'm going to show you what I started off with and how things just changed just for a matter of minutes. But anyway, Judy Allen here, also known as Nana, here in San Antonio, Texas, and we're working with Safari Celebration Paper Pumpkin Kit. This is the fourth and last alternative that we're doing on Facebook Live, but we can always post pictures of other things that we do as well too. And I want to remind you that Zoe and Nana will be live at 4 o'clock on Sunday and giving away door prizes with the new paper pumpkin for the month of March, which is Beyond the Horizon. And it is totally amazing if you haven't seen opening the box yet. So let's go down to the hands, or I should say, let me go down and show you what I was doing and where I ended up with going. All right, here we go. So this happened just by putting things up here and getting up, and the pictures just landed this way as I was doing it. I want to show you what I originally had planned on doing, but I've changed my mind. This is originally how my layout was going to look. And then as I was preparing things and getting ready, this is how it landed as I was trying to get things gathered together and everything. So I'm actually going to stick with this. All right. I'm still going to have my picture to remind me what I had to begin with. But I just want to show you how things just change. You know, you plan something and so forth and so on, and then you change your mind. That is not uncommon. But the other thing I want to remind you of, we've already made a couple of things. This is the one we made the week before, and I put it into a frame, just a miniature shadow box with no glass on it. And then this is what we made the week before that, which is cute and fun. So just some cute and fun things I want to remind you that we make. And just to show you, it's all about saving your scraps, right? Here's some scraps I still have that I can still make some more things. And that's basically where this all led to today. So let's talk about what we've got here, and we'll move some of these things out of the way that we're going to use. And I've sort of stacked my stuff to the side, but you know, it's all about knowing what you are, because we know we're going to add leaves. And they have a bunch of leaves in here. So if you look at what I have here, this is actually from 2 kits, or if you want to say a refill kit, because I have refills. And if you ever want a refill, I'm not sure if they are now, but I think they're $11. You don't get the stamp set, you don't get the ink, but you do get all the paper and all the stuff in between, okay? So I'm just going to move this out of the way. This is the stuff we colored before, and I tell you always to save it, because we're going to use it, and we're going to use these today. So I am going to go ahead and get these down. Now when I do scrapbooking, or I do shadow box stuff like I'm doing today, I use repositionable glue, all right? And that's just a personal preference, because if you've ever talked to anybody that's worked with me on doing stuff like this, I have been known to move things around. Just like I showed you my first one that I set up. I sat there and changed my mind. This is nothing but the envelope, okay? I just sliced and diced around the envelope. I decided to go ahead and leave it like this instead of thinning it down, because it just gives it a nice lift. And so we're just going to glue this down. You know, the thing is you put this in a shadow box, you put this in scrapbook page. Nobody knows what's behind all this, right? I've never had anybody like take down my shadow box and say, hey, let me dissect this and see what you've got hidden behind here. And I've never had anybody do a scrapbook page saying, I want to know what you got hidden behind here. Now, the reason why I also like this is because I'm actually going to put some stuff behind this. But because this came down so cute, accidentally, without me planning it, I don't want to lose it, right? So by using repositionable, and I'm not promoting anybody particular, okay? I'm just telling you, repositionable is going to allow me to sit up there and add more things to this. And I can lift this stuff up, okay? And that, for me, that's important, because sometimes, like today, when this accidentally happened, I don't want to lose it, right? So I want to build around it. And I'm still going to do the same thing I'd already previously planned on doing it. But the difference is that I'm going to add the stuff afterwards versus the first. All right, so for me, it is always helpful if I have a general idea where the lay of the photos are going to be. All right, and then I'm going to work around it. And you know, this is all about this is what I love about this. This is all about fun, right? Cute and fun. So, cute and fun goes with this guy. He was having an amazing morning, wolfing down some beignets that his mother made from scratch. Whoop, whoop. He's got an amazing mom. She deserves the Mom of the Year award. She's always got, if you think I'm busy, she's busier than I am. And so, you know, so like I said, use repositionable. All I did was took the envelopes and I sized it. So I did cut off the flap. You can see where I cut off the flap. I cut off the size based on what I wanted, and I left this cute border. It's a really, really cute border. And you know, and I can position this any way I want. Because you know, we're going to add some animals. You know we're going to add some animals. The other thing that I've done then, that we're going to add next, is I've actually cut, now this is actually the card stock that the stuff came in, so to make the cards, which I can show you. So I've taken it, and I've actually cut in strips between it and the envelope. So this is actually the envelope flap here that I cut down to 3/4 of an inch, and this is 3/4 of an inch. And I already know from my one I just showed you a minute ago that I'm just going to lay this down here. And I'm going to butt them up to one another, because that's what I want to do. And I'm just going to do this. I really don't like, let me see here a second. I don't want to teach you bad habits. I already got bad habits enough. I don't need to teach you them either. So I'm just put a silicone mat here, because if any sticky stuff gets on it, I can wash it off easily or rub it off later. So that's all that is. It's just a silicone mat. I'm going to put it aside. But I just don't want to get it on my picture, right? So that's the main thing. So I'm just coming down here about 1/4 of an inch. And, you know, if you really have to know exactly, measure it. But I'm pretty confident from sewing, oh, you can't see it. So from sewing and crafting, I've pretty well got a good guess. Let me put this up here so you can see it. So I'm putting 1/4 of an inch down here, okay? And you can see, because I've already put the photos down, I'm going to have to put this under. So that's the one reason why to do repositionable tape, right? Repositionable glue, or glue stick. I don't think there is repositionable tape. All right, I'm going to do the same thing here with this color here. I'm just going to sit up here and use the glue stick. It's just, like I said, it's repositionable. Now, that's what I love about it, because it will eventually just stay. But while you're working, it's not like it's gluing hard or anything. I'm just going to tuck this, okay? Because like I said, because I did the repositionable, it allows me to do that. And I'm just going to come under here, and I'm just going to extend it as far across. And I still want to make my 1/4. And then I'm just going to trim it, okay? I'm going to trim it in the end, so don't worry about that. That's just going to hang loose there at the moment. It's repositionable tape, so that's not a problem. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing at the top. See if I can get my silicone map out of the way. Make sure that's pressed down pretty good. Alright, so I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to change the paper color, right? So this time around, you know, and I just played with it, so I just showed you my leftover pieces, and you know, it's just stuff I played around with, so I got what I wanted. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just changing the colors, alright? And I'm going to put the green on the left side. Let me say, why did I do this? Well, it's all about being fun, right? And that's one thing I love about children. They like to have fun. And this Nana loves to have fun with the grandchildren too. Alright, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to come at the top. I'm going to go to the edge there. I think I got it at the edge. It's sort of hard to tell sometimes with shadows. Shadow. You know what? If it's not perfect, okay. You know what? Like I said, nobody is going to go up to your wall and do it. And if they do, I would tell you what Grandma Ann says, is they have no right to critique unless they've made one themselves, right? So, tell them they need to pull out theirs so you can critique theirs. Alright? That's how you solve it. If anybody wants to critique, it's like, where's yours so that I can critique yours? Yeah. Grandma Ann is awesome. Alright, so I'm just butting this up to this here. Same thing. I'm going to put this right here. And I'm going to put it over there. Okay. Alright, so see there, so I've got that part down, and you just sort of have to play with the colors and so forth and all. And if you're out there, say hello, and I'll try to say hello while we're out there. While you're out there. Try to keep up with that. If I can. Hi, Jennifer. Alright, so we got this down. So if I wanted to cheat just a little bit here, I'm going to go back to my photo, because the reason why I took a photo earlier is because I knew I'd get this all messed up once I got my photos down. Alright, so here is what I'm working toward, but I just got my pictures a little different, right? So, I still have these right here. These were actually circles that they had in the kit. I just cut them in half, alright? And I'm actually going to stamp on them, but I'm most probably going to have to stamp on them afterwards. And actually, if my original here, I've got them just set down like this and spread them out. Alright, so I've actually set up, let me get this here so you can see it down here. Okay, so I actually allowed 5 for the bottom and 5 for the top. And so I'm just going to spread them out about as evenly as I can. And I generally like to try to start in the middle, where I think the middle is, and go from there. And spread them out equally as best I can. Now this one, I've actually got a seam right here, so I'm not sure that I really want that to show, but it doesn't matter, alright? Okay, so we know we got 12 inches. It might be a little off. Hi, Lourdes. I need to talk to you. I owe you something from Zoe's birthday week. I gotta connect with you and get it to you. Alright, so I just need to space these out. So just space them out till you think you get them right. So really, I don't have this like how I want it yet. So let me just do that again. I'm going to start in the middle. If I have to get a ruler out, I will. I don't like to because that's really too much precision. But if I have to, and I must, then I must. Alright, so, okay. So really and truly, you just want to get this where you want this on this end, and I'm going to space this. So I just try to eyeball it. I am not going to measure this. If you want to measure it, you go for it. I am not. I've done way too many scrapbook pages and everything else. Okay, so this is where I'm going to go with this. And what I love about this is I don't have to, I'm going to stamp yay on some of these. And then others, I think I might stamp some leaves. I've got some couple of things set up right now that have choices. I like choices. I don't know about you, but I like choices. So that's all I'm going to do is I'm going to come across and glue these across with this repositional stick. Alright. Like I said, I'm not advocating anyone or anything. I'm just making my life easier, because if I want to change my mind, I have the right to change my mind, right? I already changed my mind once by changing out the layout. Actually, I didn't change my mind. It's just I saw that I liked it. It was cuter and more fun. So, there you go. We have the right to change our mind. I have the right to change my mind right now in the middle of all this. Okay? Because that's it. It's about to have fun. It's creating memories. So, see, I remember this memory. Because this little dude was way too cute. As we were eating beignets, because his mother let me eat some beignets too. In this photo here, he's looking at me like I'm going to come steal his beignet, and I better not. And I wasn't going to steal his beignet, but it would have been cute. I didn't have to steal his beignet because his mother made me some too. In Virginia. Okay, so I've got that there. I'm going to still refer back to my picture because I know I'm going to do these up on top. Let me get my other 5. And we're just going to do the same thing. Now, I'm going to do these like this here. So it's going to look like the circles are into each other. But it's the same thing, right? I know I'm not going to like this. Alright, if I mess this up and get glue on anything, you're going to get to watch me see how I think I'm going to clean it up. Alright, same thing. I'm just going to center this one again. I've got the picture up here already. And I'm doing it from a distance, and I wouldn't say I'm saying a Hail Mary or anything, but I'm just believing it's right. You can't see the top, so let me bring the top down to you. So, yeah, sort of get the whole thing in here because it's a 12 by 12, but you can see that I'm going to do the same thing. Alright, I'm just going to paste them out, same way. Will they look like they match the bottom? They'll look close. They won't exactly, but they'll look close, right? And again, who's going to get out a measuring tape and do that? Nobody that I know of. Not especially if they want me to make them any beignets, or if they want me to make them any chocolate chip cookies, right? So yeah, so for the moment, I'm just going to lay those right there, okay? Instead of doing those all out for the moment. So I have 5 on the bottom, 5 on the top. So I haven't stamped anything yet, but I will. But I want to at least get the other components in here, so you just sort of see how this is all going. So from my example that I had done here, it actually originally had the elephant between these two. And let's see if that still works for me. I think that'll still work for me. I'm into really letting things cross over. And then in my original layout, I had this connecting the two. Now, in order for me to do that now, I'd have to do this on the edge. And I'll show you what I did to begin with. Here was my original. See how the gazelle worked? Now the gazelle is a little bit of a challenge for me, but I'm not going to lose hope in that. And then I had the little monkey down here. You know, it's all about fun because I am dealing with a monkey, right? I'm dealing with a monkey here. And I just let it cross over. You know, that's the nice thing about everything, is if you let stuff cross over. I can actually do this with dimensionals. I'm not at the moment, okay? I'm not at the moment because I just want it all positioned. And then I can come back and do it with dimensionals because I do want the height, because it really makes it nice when you can do the height. But let me at least get stuff down, right? So we're going to just, now that we got this here, we're going to start working on filling some of this in. And the way we do it is with these different leaves. So if you've ever done, oh, what was I going to say? If you ever, I'm going to go ahead and put this one down. If you've ever done a floral design, I guess would be it. If you did floral arrangements, you know, you always fill in the space. You always fill in where you did your work and whatever you did. So this is the same concept. I'm just sort of filling in the space. I need to go there a little bit longer down there. And we're going to trim it all off, right? Okay. So I'm just putting that down so you can see, because I want to be able to get this leaf up here. I can still stamp around it if I want to, but I want to start adding my leaves like I had in my original picture, because this is how I'm filling the gaps and making this really fun. So this, again, I'm just going to use this here, and I'm going to put it over here to the side for the moment. And I can come back and use some glue dots. I can come back and use anything I want, right? But the main thing that I'm doing here is just to sit there and get some of this stuff down so it's not like floating all over the place, right? And I don't have to put a lot. I just need something to stick it down for the moment. If I want to tuck a foot in, I can. But I do like just crossing it over because it's fun, right? And this is a fun guy. So it doesn't matter if it's a fun guy. Yeah, you would, if you're making it for someone, you would think it's a fun person. Somebody you know, and you're capturing the moment. Again, I'm just putting some tape here, some glue stick here, and I'm just adding leaves. So at this point, that's what I'm doing. I'm adding leaves. I'm not adding any words, just leaves. And what I like is, because I have done this down like this, it's easy for me to work this around. So I can easily lift this up if I want to, and I can tuck the leaves under. Here, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to sit up here and to get some leaves going, right? Creating the fun. And I just do the overlapping. Now, if I have dimensionals, you see that the overlapping is going to be really fun. And then I'm going to add some more leaves. So there's plenty of leaves in this kit. Plenty leaves. I've got this other stuff too we're going to add. I'm not sure where we're going to add it at, but we'll add it, okay? It's all about filling in the space and filling in the gaps. So that's all I'm going to do here, is I'm just going to fill this in. I've got some yellows too. I still have a figure if I'm going to leave the gazelle there. I think I am, because I really don't, I mean, I could put the gazelle right here. I don't know what you think about that. But then the elephant, then it'd be challenged to the elephant. So I think I'm just going to leave the gazelle on this side of the page right here. So let me get the gazelle down, because I still have these nice little fun little rocks here to add in too, right? So that's all I'm doing. I'm just filling gaps, filling gaps, filling gaps. Here's a nice beautiful purple leaf that I want to put in here. Okay, let's see how many leaves we have. 1, 2, 3 big ones. We can still add easily more small ones, right? We're not limited. There's nothing to limit us. But I can easily put one here and here, right? And one there. And then we might call it a day. I don't know. We still have stamping to do. All right, now I'm going to see how that nicely that fills in the gap. But it makes it very fun. And we're just going to do some here. Again, I'm just doing this right now just to get things in place. Then I'll come back because I've got some more fun stuff that I can add. And that's what it's about, right? It's filling the space. Now, you can say, well, how will you know, or what do you know? Because this is a scrapbook page, because I will date it somewhere and I'll put a note on it. See, I still have things like this I could add, but I don't see a place. So, I mean, there's other things that we could maybe add. But at this point, I think it's too much, and it doesn't add, what I would say, any fun to it. So the only other thing that I have, besides stamping these, is adding these fun little things here. So we have different colors and choices. We have the purple here that easily comes in here. Let's see if we can add it in here easily. And you know, and the other thing is, if you're not sure what you want to do, I mean, the other thing that you can do is go back to your original here and get some ideas from what they did here. Okay, I mean, that's always another good way to do it. So I've added the leaves here. Let's see if I got them stuck. All right, so I can easily come up here and just toss these around, right? I might want to add the yellow up here. The purple looks good up there, but I also have these gold and I have some greens. So I want to try to get some other colors in here. It'd be easy to put some down here, but they really don't show up, right? So we really want to do things that show up. And really and truly, the only thing I see that's really showing up at the moment, unless I put them on the side here, which we could do that, is the purple. The purple really, this dark raspberry color really stands out. Okay, those aren't really like getting me excited at the moment, so I'm just going to put those aside. You know, I don't have to use everything just because I've got it, right? If I don't really care for it, just put it aside. You know, maybe later something will inspire me like that. Like that. I don't know. If you see something there that you like, let me know. For the moment, I'm going to leave it there, and I'm going to add some of these rocks because these rocks are fun. And I'm going to see if I can do it with my tool here. And I'll double check to see how we're doing on time as well. Alright, so all I'm going to do is so I've got 3 different colors I did before. I've got the green, I've got this, actually it was done grainy apple green. This is the bumblebee color, and this is the one in the kit, which is the rich raspberry, and that I went and colored. And the nice thing about these is that they were just stuck to my hand, which is always awesome. Okay, between that and glue dots, I've got it made. Alright, so I'm just going to get that off. Now, these will go great anywhere, right? So I can easily put one here. You know, these things can go anywhere you want them. Let's see what else I got here. This is a green. I really wasn't going to put it on a green, but let's put a purple on the green, or a yellow on the green. Let's put a yellow on the green. So just to show you how these things just really blend in with just about anything. I can get it off my pick tool now. Alright. I feel like I'm dealing with glue dots today, and I don't even have glue dots here. Okay, there we go. Alright, now just stick it there, alright? They're just rocks. They look like rocks. And we've just colored them to give them some color, right? And I can change them up. So that's the fun thing. I like to sit up there and just mix them up and just put them anywhere. See, that's too much of a straight line, and that's not as much fun for me. There we go. That's what it's about. It's about fun, right? So that's all I want this to be, is just really fun. Now I'm going to come down here. I'm going to put a yellow one down here because I can. And then I will also put a purple one down here. Alright? And we'll most try to throw some more around right here, but just to give you an idea, because when I originally did my first one and thought that's how I was going to make it, I didn't do all that, and I did now, just to show you what a difference it can make. So with that, I'm going to stop here. And if you have any questions or anything, feel free to me. I will get this all finished up and we'll post it. But at least wanted to give you an idea, show you how we put it together. So this was, again, keep in mind, these here are nothing more than the circles in the kit cut in half. These are just the leaves that are in the kit. They've been punched out. They're already die cut. These are the animals in there and die cut and punched out. This is the envelope, the outside of the envelope that I cut to frame around the photo. And it had 3 different designs. I used all 3. These are actually little stones that they're rocks. They look like rocks that they have in the kit. And I colored them. I colored them by using the sponge, which I showed last week. I used the sponge to color them with the different colors. And then all that I'm lacking is just putting some stamps and stamping step on here. Alright, and I can fill in more if I want to. I can put rocks throughout here, and I may do that as well too. But at least want to give you an idea of a fun way, you know, just a fun way to make a shadow box or a scrapbook page. And that's what it's about. It's just having fun, taking what you have and going creating something. And for this, I'm creating, I'm sharing, and I'm actually going to give it. So, right? So this is something I'm making for my grandson, whether it's today's. He's not going to appreciate it today, but his mother will, and he will appreciate it as he gets older. So it's all about creating, sharing, and giving, you know, and having fun while we do it. That's very, very important. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, be sure to share and follow us on Facebook and YouTube. And we're also on Instagram and Pinterest, and we always like to have followers. And we also do drawings. We're going to do drawings again, like I said, on Sunday when Zoe and Anna do Facebook Live. We do that at the last Sunday of every month with a new paper pumpkin kit that comes out for that month. So there you go. Have a blessed week. Enjoy your weekend and look forward to seeing you hopefully on Sunday at 4 p.m. with Zoe and Nana stamping. And be sure to say hi, put an emoji, something out there so that we can put your name in the drawing for the 3 door prizes that we give away. And we usually give away some kits. So there you go. All right. See you then. Bye.